Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So tonight, Bitcoin is still looking good, looking strong, a little bit lower than this morning, but overall, we're still looking absolutely fantastic. And tonight, I'm going to talk about why Bitcoin remains incredibly bullish, or at least I am. But no, it's not just me. I know everyone is still incredibly bullish on Bitcoin. And I'm going to tell you guys why, because there are so many good reasons to be bullish. It's really that simple. All right, let's do it. Welcome, guys. Like I said, we're down a little bit from this morning, but overall, Bitcoin is still in a very good spot. 30, I was going to say 35. No, 65.4. So this morning we were about 66. So we're just down a little bit, 700 points. But overall, we had a really good recovery from this weekend. And from earlier this week, I guess. And now it looks like we're getting ready, right? We're consolidating a little bit, maybe at around this point, and we're getting ready for the next leg up, possibly. We'll see. Or maybe we trend back down to like the 63.7 mark, which is a really important resistance, right around there. Overall, we will see, but one thing is for certain. I am incredibly bullish, and so many others are, because why would you not be bullish about Bitcoin? I mean, let's start out with some kind of macro stuff, some shenanigan stuff. We have one Fed, Kashkari, says rates will hold for a while. Okay, he's always hawkish. He's always saying stuff like that. Jamie Dimon also says that, yeah, inflationary forces may keep rates higher. But, Jerome Powell, the one that's really in charge, he's like, you know what? Let's wait and see. Okay, wait and see. He's not bearish. He's not hawkish. He's staying with his original message. All right, 3 rate cuts this year. But you got a lot of other people that are disagreeing. I don't know why they're even commenting. Powell's the only one that really matters. He's the one in charge of rates, right? So anyways, inflationary forces or inflation, I've been mentioning this a lot, is no good. No one likes inflation unless you hold assets like Bitcoin. Then you love inflation. All Bitcoiners should love inflation, okay? Because inflation drives things higher, like Bitcoin and like services and like food and housing, right? But if you only have fiat, then it sucks because it costs more and more and more to just live. But if you have a whole bunch of assets like Bitcoin, and you can even argue real estate or gold or whatever, bonds and stocks, then you love inflation because it's going to help drive your assets higher, right? So inflation is definitely a friend at this point. It's driving people to Bitcoin because they want to opt out of the shenanigans, and it's helping Bitcoiners make more money and helping the price go upwards. All right, so that's what's happening on a macro scale. Here's something else too. Bitcoin ETF volume exploded today. We haven't seen this kind of level since March. Okay, so obviously we got a lot of institutions that are FOMOing in. Regardless of the price, they don't really look at it. We know so many have come in within the last few months. Even GBDC today, even Grayscale had a massive inflow today. Look at it. 3 consecutive days, inflow. So tomorrow we'll see. But today is looking pretty good, at least for some of these that have reported like Grayscale, right? So ETFs are looking absolutely fantastic. And even Bitwise says, yeah, ETFs are hugely successful. And he is incredibly bullish because of the 13F filings, which is, I looked it up. It's a required filing mandated by the SEC from asset managers that hold at least $100 million worth of assets. So the biggest players basically on earth, right? Or at least in Wall Street in this case. And we know so many of them have reported, because you need to do this every quarter, right? And we have Now 937 firms that have disclosed they bought Bitcoin ETF versus, this is just the first quarter, okay? Versus only 95 bought gold ETF. See, this is the thing. You know, the old narrative was, yeah, you go buy gold as a hedge against inflation. You buy gold maybe for some appreciation, okay? But that's no longer the case. People want better, and that's Bitcoin, okay? Not only does it appreciate the most, it's the best hedges against inflation, and it's also a store of value, it's also a medium of exchange. And now also it's a layer for programmable dApps too. So it's just so much better than gold in every single way. And out of the 937 firms that disclose, some of these are banks. Okay? Like this morning, Morgan Stanley said they have $270 million in Bitcoin ETFs. You have like hedge funds like Millennium Management that has $2 billion in Bitcoin ETFs and so many others. Okay, this is why I remain incredibly bullish, but it shows it's beyond me. Wall Street is incredibly bullish on Bitcoin. You could argue this is the most successful launch, I guess a launch of a ETF, or a category of ETF, I should say. The most successful launch of a category in history. In history. Look at this. Look at this. Look at all the new ETFs that have come out, or some of the more popular ones in 2024, and look at the number of holders in them versus the number of holders in the newly created Bitcoin ETFs. Big difference with BlackRock, Fidelity, Bitwise, ARK leading the way, and then you got some others that no one knows, right? Wall Street loves Bitcoin, and so do I. And it's not just Wall Street too. Actually, we may get some very favorable laws implemented. So the House passed, and now the Senate passed, and they're trying to overthrow this rule from the SEC, which dictates that major regulatory financial firms can't be Bitcoin custodians, which really makes no sense. So obviously, both sides have agreed that they should outlaw this, okay? Which means a lot of banks and big financial institutions can now become custodians. But we got one guy that says that he's going to veto this. I have no idea why. Everyone wants this, right? But the rumors are Biden's go threaten to veto this if it hits his desk. I have no idea why. But again, this kind of shows you that there are people, at least in our Congress, that kind of get it. Okay? And kind of get that custody is important. Bitcoin is to stay. And we already have all these firms that are very, very regulated with so many restrictions and security protocols and oversight and everything else. Why can't they hold Bitcoin, right? Why should we limit it just to a few companies? Let's open it up. We'll see. But this, it takes away from the SEC, which is good. Let's just get Gary out of here, okay? No one wants Gary there. All right, what else is bullish? Bitcoin balance on exchanges keeps dropping. I've talked about this morning with just Coinbase, but here's on every exchange, and you could see since 2020, which was our peak, we have been dropping, dropped over 1 million Bitcoin. 1 million, not $1 million, 1 million Bitcoin have disappeared off the exchanges. And it's still going down. It's not like it's leveling out. It's going down at a rapid rate. And one day it's going to get to a number where it's just going to be so rare. Bitcoin's going to be worth a lot of money that you don't want to wait until that happens. That's going to be too late. But it's happening right in front of our eyes. It's part of growing fundamentals that I talk about a lot. Okay? When the supply goes down and demand goes up, of course, that's a really good combination. That's why Bitcoin goes upwards. And it's happening right in front of our eyes. Right? And then other things like this long-term holder, NUPL. Basically, if you just look at this, is measuring tops. Okay? This measures tops pretty well. Doesn't measure the ultimate top, but it does measure when Bitcoin, may be coming down, right? And it's the light blue that you see, the circle light blue. But you look at where we are now in this cycle, we don't see any blue. There's no blue, in fact. So that means we're nowhere near top, right? And we know that. We know that. There's a lot more room to grow. We're nowhere close to top. So this is why it's good to remain incredibly bullish on Bitcoin, because we know that there is so much coming, so much being built, first of all, so much more FOMO that'll be hitting with institutions and retail and whales, right? So good to be in Bitcoin. Now, outside of Bitcoin, we also do have RWA. RWA is a big narrative for this cycle. In fact, in Q1, outside of memes, which is the biggest gainer, the second is RWA. And one of the projects that lead RWA is Chainlink. Okay? And Chainlink actually had a pretty good day. They completed a pilot that includes JP Morgan, Franklin Templeton, BNY Mellon. And basically, they're trying to test out Chainlink, whether or not it's a good chain for tokenization. And their answer is yes, right? So this is pretty good. Tokenization of yields, bonds, fiat, basic banking stuff is big business. And we have a few projects like that already. But to utilize Chainlink in a big way for that purpose is absolutely huge for Chainlink. So pretty good. Pretty good for them. What else happened? Jupiter trading goes live on Coinbase. I'm surprised I didn't actually pump more because of this. But we know Coinbase loves Solana and Solana-based projects. So that's pretty good. What else is there? Unfortunately, Pump.Fun, the dApp that's also on Solana, meant to help people create their own meme, was hacked. Well, actually, it was an insider job. One of the co-founders kind of went nutty and stole $2 million and then started airdropping it to many, many people. And then he started going on a rant on X saying that he doesn't care if he goes to jail and this and that. And I don't know what the deal is, but he just went a little crazy. Anyways, Pump.Fun did close down, but now they're back up. They locked the guy out, and they're going to do some other stuff to try to remedy this situation, right? But unfortunately, we do see this all the time. All the time when very little people hold, I guess, the keys to the kingdom, sometimes they do bad things. So I don't know what happened to that guy. But anyways, they're back, and Pump.Fun, I know that they were generating an enormous amount of revenue and volume for themselves and for Solana. And then also Ton Coin, still doing well, teamed up with Tether. So now USDT is supported, but not only that, but you could also buy USDT soon using a mobile app. And then also they also have this NOT coin. Trading volume tops 1 billion. It's the biggest gaming token drop. I don't even know what game this is, but it's called NOT coin. And somehow it's one of the biggest games on earth. Yeah, so that's Ton for you. All right. Let's do Q&A. Oh, I'm feeling a little tired today. All right, scrolling up, I did see Richard APBT gifted 5 memberships. Thank you for that. Josh says I'm against partying, even though you are a party animal. Frank says I never read his messages, even though I'm reading it now. Let's see. Walker says hi. Kevin Mendoza says I love inflation because you're a Bitcoiner. I'm serious about the partnership. What are you talking about? Tavo. Chainlink Fetch AI partnership. Did not hear about that. Did you know EV charging stations are made of copper? I did not know that. Okay, thanks for sharing. If you can't lick it, you don't own it. What kind of motto is that? Creepy sheepy. George, you pulled me through the last 2 cycles. One was panicking. You kept me grounded. Awesome. Love hearing that. DL says, is it time to sell ETH and move to faster project? I don't know. You have to decide. I like Solana a lot more than ETH at this point, so that's me. Some people may like BNB better, may like XRP better, may like Cardano better, but I'd say you bet on the fastest horse in the race, especially in a bull market, and that's going to be Solana. Nate says, great news for Link today. Yep. House of Adora. If you had to name your cat Donald Cat or Beverly Cat, what would you choose? It depends on if it's a boy or a girl. If it's a boy, I would say Donald Cat. If it's a girl, I would say Beverly Cat. Will Cardano flip Toncoin? Will Cardano? You mean Toncoin flip Cardano or Cardano flip Toncoin? At this rate, no. Cardano is not flipping anything. DJC says, stop cocking around and penetrate the Cybertruck. You know what? There was a Cybertruck demo in some parking lot, and then I quickly drove there to look at it, and then it was gone. It wasn't there, so I didn't actually see it. I mean, I've seen a Cybertruck before, so I don't think I'm going to get it. It's just too many problems. I hear nonstop problems. It comes up on my feed every single day about a new problem. I just can't get it. BeamX? Federico asked, just Beam, basically. I haven't heard a lot about Beam recently, but they're one of the bigger gaming chains. I think they could do very well, but gaming narrative have really slowed down. That's the thing. Gaming narrative really slowed down. So that's why I think Beam has slowed down, but it'll pick up again. Carl says, used to hate a Cybertruck, but now I love it. What made you change your mind? MJ Matrix, where do you see Near and Sui in 2025? I think Near probably will do better because it's in the AI space. Sui can still do well, but they have an incredibly large amount of tokens being unlocked that may hold them back a little bit. I can see you rolling in a red RX-7. No. No. You know what's disappointing? Like I took the ride in that Mustang I'm reviewing, right? I took my oldest son in it, and he hates the loud exhaust, and he was like so against it. I'm like, man, are you my son? Like how do you not love that V8 throatiness? And I was quite disappointed by that fact. Like the young generation, you know, they just don't appreciate. They don't appreciate like a good car, a good sounding V8, appreciate a 6-speed manual. Like they just don't. But he's not old enough. He's not even a teenager yet. So maybe that's why. Hopefully that changes, because it would be incredibly sad if he grows up to be a non-car guy. Losing interest in G-Wagon? No, I still love my G-Wagon. But, you know, the car, the Mustang is a tester car, so I'm driving it as much as I can. And I do love it. Can I fit 3 kids in an M2? It's not meant for it. The back seats are just for 2. You only have like kind of like 2 seats and then a middle one. I don't think you could fit 3 in there. Am I missing why Matic is lagging? Yeah, there's a lot of problems with Matic. The more I talk to DApp makers, the more I'm a little concerned about Matic, about how they can't scale and they have problems with games. That's why they're pushing games away. I'm hearing a lot from more than one DApp maker, so that may be holding him back because he's trying to. They're trying to figure it out. Let's see the cars you brag about. I don't really brag about any car besides my G-Wagon, which I really love. And I have not been driving my Ferrari a lot. It's just sitting collecting dust in my garage. Roaring, kidding, pumping, fee stock is 94% shorts. What he needs to do is pump GME again, because GME is really struggling. They went down. They lost all their gains. Vance is asking about a crypto debit card. I would never use it because I don't want to use my crypto to pay for things. You should stream from your garage with the cars in the background. You know, I actually have a setup for that. You know, I planned on doing that, but I've just never got around to it. I don't have a lot of cars. I only have 3, and my wife has 1, so we have 4. But I was planning on getting a car lift so I could get stuff more cars in my garage. But I could do that one of these days, just for fun. Maybe on a Saturday or something. But it's kind of dirty right now. And I want to do more in my basketball court too, like try to mix it up. But it's hard to do because my setup in my room here is perfect. Anywhere else is kind of difficult. Carlos says, is it true when you hit 1 million subs, you go adopt a subscriber? No. No. Jonathan asks a really deep question. Are you concerned about the Earth's magnetic poles flipping? Can't say that makes me stay up at night. No, I've never ever once thought about that or had a concern about that. You should play some ball. It's been a while. I was actually shooting around today. You know, when I'm in a rhythm, I can hit a lot of threes. But when I'm just cold, can't hit anything. How do you transfer all your Legos during the move? I just did it one. I got boxes, a lot of boxes, moved 4 sets, 6 sets, at a time, and just did it slowly, slowly, slowly. Do you think I'll ever quit YouTube? Yeah. Would you ever consider being sponsored by Blue Chews? Sure. If they pay me enough. Sure, I know. When you're above 40, right? Nothing wrong with a Blue Chew once in a while. Sure, I'll be sponsored by them. As for quitting YouTube, yeah, hopefully after 2025, I could just quit everything, retire for good. And maybe I'll just put out a video here or there, and you guys will have to rely on someone else to carry you through crypto winter, because I'll be sailing my yacht around the world. I pop 4 a day for the heck of it. I don't know if that's what it's made for. Would I sell CryptosRUs or let it die? I don't know. I may let the guys run it, may sell it, but there's no point in selling it. No one's gonna buy it if I'm not around. It's like I'm leading this brand, right? It's like buying Mr. Beast's channel without Mr. Beast. It's like, what's the point? Ever consider doing stand-up comedy? No. I'm not quick enough. I can't just answer on the fly. Like, I'm not witty enough. There are certain people that I can do that. I'm not one of them. I really want to. I'm going to think hard. My next expansion. So, obviously, the IFC is a big part. There's a lot more IFC stuff coming out. The next evolution, or the big add-on for CRU, is challenges. I still want to do that. Just haven't had time to really sit down and plan it out. But as I'm traveling, I want to do challenges and make videos based on those challenges. I think they could do very, very well. No one else is doing it. I think I can blow up crypto with those kind of shows. So I'm going to try this year, later this year, next year, to do more shows around that. Very entertaining, very challenging, very rewarding for the participants. And it'll be totally different than anything that anyone else is doing in the crypto space. You should create a Chevy Cavalier racing league. What are you talking about? Example of a challenge. Like a trading challenge. Like having 2 people locked in a room for 30 days. And the person that makes the most gains in 30 days wins $10,000. Something like that. But the challenge is you can't leave the house for 30 days. And the only form of entertainment in the house is the two traders and trading. That's it. No TV, no phones, no nothing else. And it's being recorded 24/7. You know, something like that. I think something like that could do really well. And other things that relate to crypto. Maybe you don't have to relate it 100% to crypto, but you can interject crypto into it. If they both get liquidated in the first day, then they don't make anything. 30 days is too long. Okay, maybe 2 weeks then. How about that? Or 30 days and win $30,000. I think that's pretty good. I can't afford more than that. That's already a crazy amount. I have to get some sponsors or something like that. I got an idea for a challenge. Let one of your sub guest host CRU every week. That would be interesting. That would be absolute disaster. No. No. Screw that. 30 locked. No negotiation. I don't know what that means. We'll be paying for mental health support afterwards for they better we'll go sign some contracts. No, that's part of the challenge. You know, to stay in a house for 30 days and not leave. I think that's tough. I mean, I'm sure some people are used to it. They basically never go outside, but for normal outgoing people or people with families, like being trapped in a house for 30 days is tough. Really, really tough. So that alone is a big challenge. Fahad said I would do it for 60 days. Yeah, you know that's the thing, you know. But this is what I want, right? You guys have no idea how incredibly hard it is to come up with good ideas that can be done. Like, quite honestly, me and my team, we've been talking about this for so long, and we haven't gotten anywhere, right? I really need actually someone that's really good at coming up with these kind of ideas and helping me produce them. Like, I think we could film just fine, but to come up with ideas and to get things ready and so forth, I think these kind of videos will absolutely blow up. Even non-crypto people will enjoy it. And I know other people outside crypto are already doing stuff like this, but we could have a crypto twist and make it into like a crypto theme. And I think it would be absolutely fantastic. And I love to have more time to do that. I mean, I've had people try to send me ideas. JQuest. They send me ideas and they think it's fantastic, but they're just not. It's really hard. I never really hear an idea that I really like. I don't know how Mr. Beast does it. I don't know how he comes up with all his ideas. He must have like a team of 100 people just trying to come up with ideas for him to do, because sometimes they're so wild and so out there. I don't know how he does it. But yeah, like a free throw contest. Low Ben says, no offense, but like that's not entertaining to me. There are people that could hit free throws for like days on straight without missing. Min is asking when George with hat NFT drop. Does anyone even care about NFTs anymore? Yeah, I don't know. Is YouTube enough to fund your lifestyle and family, or do you have another job? No, I don't have another job. This is more than enough. But I want more. What's 1 times 1? Is that a trick question, Tone? 1? What is the right answer there? Game show where different sponsors put up 5,000 a week. That's the thing, just again, I refer to Mr. Beast a lot because he's obviously the biggest and he has done this most successfully, but every single challenge, the prize money could go bigger and bigger as long as there are sponsors that's putting up money, right? That way people can win a ton of crypto for doing these challenges and participating, right? Whatever it may be. Big Brother, Survivor, Naked and Afraid, those are like too time consuming. Like I don't have the manpower budget for those kind of shows. It has to be shorter shows that can still be done relatively easy with just a few people. The leverage games, exciting part of crypto. I like that name, Earl. I might steal that. The leverage games. That's actually good. That's actually a good name. How about a challenge where people stay in a room, have to stay away for as long as possible? Away from who? Their families? I also thought of idea for memes, right? Have 2 people compete. 2 random people create 2 random memes, starting from scratch, and see by the end of the week which one has the higher market cap. Something like that. That could be quite exciting. And then it's up to them to build up their social profile and to get an audience and build momentum. Something like that could be done too. I just told my YouTuber, my financial friend, Sam, not to drop a video on YouTube while I'm on. Not a good look. It's fine. Most of you guys don't watch others anyway, so even when the others do stream or drop a video, it doesn't really affect my views. But I know Sam. We talked a bit. Create the show MTV Crips. The problem is there's too many jealous people, and people bash all the successful crypto people, because they call them scammers or whatever, pump and dumpers, so it's not going to work. There's too many jealous people, so that would not work in crypto. I like the leverage games. I think that's a good one. I think the key is to leverage people to trade and see who comes out on top. It's like a one-on-one thing. I think that could be good. My other idea originally was just to have one person, and I was going to do it in Houston. Basically, you don't need 2 people with the same concept. You have someone that is locked in a room for 30 days. and they could win up to $30,000, $1,000 per day, as long as they can make 5% a day. If they can make 5% gains on a day, the second day they get another $1,000. And then if they make 5% again, then get another $1,000. If they don't make 5%, then they just don't get another $1,000. But they can make up to $30,000 plus whatever gains that they've made. But the stipulation is they have to stay in that house or that room and can't leave. Food will be, delivered, but that's it. They cannot leave, and there's no other forms of entertainment. That, I think, could also work too. Max is actually asking a crypto question. Do you think Stacks could be another repeat of ADA or XRP and drop to under 50 cents? Wondering if now under $2. Max, here's the thing about Stacks. It keeps following Bitcoin. If Bitcoin keeps going up, Stacks will too. Because Stacks is basically the only layer 2 for smart contracts, basically, for Bitcoin. So I think it will continue to follow Bitcoin. Crypto Gladiator versus Ninja Warrior. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. And you got to set up like a whole thing. Like, I can't do that. I think there should be jousting involved. Diana says I have some crazy idea. I think that could be a good one. We could make an OnlyFans version of leverage games. We could. All right. Well, it's been fun chatting. But if you guys have any ideas, good ones, then just email me. But I need good ideas, not bad ones. That's pretty much it. All right, guys. Continue to be bullish on Bitcoin. I am, and so are all these financial firms. And we'll see tomorrow. Happy Friday. We'll see how bullish people are on Bitcoin. All right. Smash it a like. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right. Take care.